Yeah. Hello and welcome to the Heat Army podcast. We are dying to start the show, so while we're in the intro like this, please hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, like and comment away. We want all of your thoughts and views for the start of the show as we get started, and we can't wait to hear from you. Also as well, we'd like to say a massive thank you to our sponsors at Northern Print Solutions, because without their help we wouldn't be able to broadcast the way we do. So let's get ready for the show. Hello there, everybody. Welcome to the Heat Army podcast. We're a man down at the moment. Hopefully, Steely will be joining us momentarily. He's been busy with some work things, so he'll be with us very, very soon. So if you're only just tuning in for the Seabird action, he'll be in. Don't you worry. But me and Mickey will be doing all we can to bring you the best podcast we can. We've got lots to talk about, Mickey. Obviously, a surprise inclusion on the squad on Saturday. Booty was back in and had quite a good game as well, it must be said. Didn't hide out there on the pitch. And also, the Humbles, before we came on air, has been extended at the end of the season, confirmed by Salford. We've had the draw, of course, with Oldham, which felt like a bit of a win, really, because of the way the league table set up. So we'll come away from that one pretty good. Great crowd as well. Good following from the away team, but 1,000 in the home end is exactly what the doctor ordered. Hopefully we can get more of that, and lots more prediction league fun as well, and anything else you beautiful people want to talk about. But Mickey, how are you doing?
Not too bad. Kenny, yourself?
Yeah, not bad. Just as I say, we've been decorating. I was just telling Mickey, sorry?
You all set for tomorrow?
I am, yes. As someone's Darcy's already put. She put, Davey, are you excited for Amsterdam trip tomorrow? I am, yes. I've got a 7-year-old in the morning. He'll be 7. He's bouncing off the walls, ready to go. So no doubt I'll have some tales from going to Amsterdam. Hopefully all nice ones.
You need gun.
Yeah. And so yeah, it's been an eventful week for Gateshead, and hopefully we can get right into it. We'll wait for the Davy Steele to join us before we go into the highlights. But some beautiful pictures from Saturday, of course. Luke Hannon scoring the winning goal, and there he is. There, look at him giving the finger.
Not winning.
Yeah. Not the winning goal, the equalising goal. That's what I'm saying. It felt like a win. But and also as well getting an embrace from the man that gave him the goal, helped set it up there, Will McGowan. He had a great game on Saturday as well. So it is a fully interactive show. If you'd like to talk about the game with us, please do send us your messages, as people have already done. Darcy, she's put evening all. Mason, we've got Trina as well, and Vanessa, she's put evening already with a cheeky taste of Taiwanese whiskey. So what's it called, Taiwanese whiskey? I know obviously Taiwanese, but what's the actual brand name? Because I've never heard of Taiwanese whiskey. Have you, Mickey?
I've never heard of it, but no doubt you're a whiskey lover. It probably tastes quite nice.
Yeah, hopefully they can give us a synopsis of the taste. Let us know what orders you're getting. Sean Parry's put evening, everyone. We've got Craig has put evening. St. Geordie, McGowan and Booty man of the match for me. Will McGowan mustn't have liked being near Monty, as I called him, Monif, the whole game on set pieces. Yeah, there was a bit of a little and large battle going on there, and it's called Cavalan. Never heard of Cavalan whiskey. And can you tell us what notes you're getting from that, Vanessa? Let us know what
drunken ones.
What nasal treats are we missing out on, and undertones on the palate? And Steve Thornton has put evening all. You don't get any shows like you used to back in the day just on about that. Just remember the Food and Drink when you used to have them two drunk as skunks doing the wine tasting.
I say Keith Floyd was always plastered when he was cooking.
Oh yeah, belter Keith Floyd. I say he lived the rock and roll lifestyle for a chef, didn't he? And Graham Jones has put evening all, and Taiwanese whiskey is called risky.
Whiskey.
Yeah, I'm just hazarding. I'm guessing is it? I'm guessing it looks like petrol in a glass. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't know why. Does it look like normal whiskey, or does it look like like pale whiskey? Right. So, well, I'll tell you what. Steely will join us very, very shortly, and before he does, we'll get into the match on Saturday, and I'll add it to the screen. I'll get us into the bottom corner here and set us away. And look, it was one of them games where it felt like a nervous start, didn't it? We just didn't hit the ground running as quickly as maybe we would like to, but we did play good passages of play like this, and then, of course, this contentious penalty.
What's contentious? It was Stone. Wow.
Well, it was contentious because it wasn't given, but I mean, I've watched it so many times. He doesn't get a touch on the ball at all.
No, and the referee said it was too early to give a penalty. The gunk.
Apparently, yes. I've heard from some very good sources that after the game, the referee said that it was too early to award the penalty. And you'll see here, doesn't get the ball. The path of the ball doesn't go any further change at all. There you go. Nowhere near.
How can you not give that as a penalty? It's hard enough being a referee as it is. Then he makes it harder like that.
Well, he made himself no friends, did he? But I mean, Lewis Flower, I mean, God, he's tenacious, isn't he? He doesn't give up. He's like a terrier.
Quick.
And I mean, that man there that put the ball in, Pet, his set pieces were absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah,
he could shoot the hind legs off a flea, that lad, from 40 paces, couldn't he? He was pinpoint. But I mean, once again, Lewis Flower, he was up there, he led the line well and tries to drive all the time. He only wants to get the ball moving forward, doesn't he? And it's been
that was his best game for a while, I think, by a mile.
Well, I think I said to you,
dominated large spells that first half.
I mean, credit to Fondop. Yeah, this is a great header. You know, he placed it. He's under pressure here. I said free header in the commentary by mistake. We don't have replays, of course, but he went in there and he just buried it well, didn't he? Through a crowd as well, and it set them up. But you know, they didn't build on it, and
I missed a few chances.
They did, but I mean, Owen Mason, I think one of them was going to go over, but he had to touch it anyway. But he had to tip a couple over, didn't he? And I think this is one of them. Yeah, that one there. I think that one was always going over, but he had to tip it over. Yeah, it was one of them games where half time came at the wrong time for Oldham. Say that one there. I think that one was going over as well. I had to tip it over. You'd rather be safe than sorry. But the second half, they really didn't like any pressure at all, did they? When we scored, they kind of, I'm not going to say collapsed, but they didn't like the...
If you read the Oldham fans' tweets and things like that, they're not exactly flying, like passing wise and the football, and then in the gun too long ball. That's what the Oldham fans are saying. And once I think they reverted to type.
Yeah, it did. It was a lot of hit and hope. I mean, putting balls into the box for Fondop, it's always not a bad target to have. But I mean, obviously we've seen the Tinkler bad pass before that. Was very off for him. But another player that doesn't hide if there's a mistake, he still goes out there and plays his game. But this is a beautiful run here. But obviously, I've seen the push there off the ball, and McGowan. This the weight of this pass back here. Look at that.
Yeah.
No, Will McGowan, I must admit, I'll hold my hands up. I've had me. I'm not going to say doubts, but I've been thinking, is he up to it? And things like that. In this last couple of games, he's really stood up and been counted. And I think having, the players around him has really helped. And yeah,
I've still got to see him smile.
Yeah, it is. It's nice to see on the pitch. I mean, look at that. Look at Hannant.
He still hasn't smiled.
I know. He needs to wearing gloves though. How he's the only one in the team wearing gloves, isn't he?
It's just lives right now.
Yeah. But no, I mean Callum Tripp had a good game at centre back as well. I thought he played well. Obviously very comfortable on the ball, as a lot of Gateshead defenders have been in the mould over the last few years. But no, and the man who we're going to talk about, of course, was Regan Booty, who I thought had a great game. Obviously, missed a few games through reasons that we've talked about in the past, with wanting to move. Probably not the best way to have went about it. I think we all agree. I think everyone was probably surprised. Look at this cheating bugger here. There we go. And then look, his keeper tells him to get on the pitch. There we go. And they did that.
The game doing, weren't they?
Well, it shows you how frightened they were that they were having to slow the game down 3 times. The players did that. But no,
the thing we're quite. They mustn't watch us very often because we're quite capable of beating ourselves without them. I mean, that's a poor miss that.
It is, and then he rolled on as well. I mean, Dan Jones's throws were fantastic in the second half.
Yeah, we never looked like we were going to win from them.
No, but I think it's the aerial battle, isn't it? The physical size come into play there, I think. But Regan Booty didn't hide. Went out there, played his game, and I think Mickey. I think in private and in public, we've said that, if Regan Booty plays like that, you can't argue with him if he gets a move to a higher club or whatever. And it's just, let his feet do the talking, let his playing do the talking, let that earn the move. Not that he hasn't, put in great performances, but keep them up. I think that's what every Gateshead fan wants.
Look, we all know what the crack is. If Regan Booty gans in this transfer window, the best to look.
League One, that is.
Yeah. Football if he doesn't go by the end of this transfer window, we've got to keep Booty at the end of the season. I am not going to be disappointed at that. And if he plays anything like he did on Saturday, especially the second half, even if he did go in the transfer window, at least he can help him get a point on the board.
Without a doubt.
I mean, you could question whether he wanted to be on the pitch in the first half, maybe. But in the 90th minute, when he dived in and made that side tackle, that showed me he's fully committed.
Without a doubt. And also as well, I think if you look between the lines today, there was behind the scenes training and stuff this week. He's heavily showing and picking out passes in training and things like that. So I think, as it stands, yes, a frustrating time, hopefully lessons learned all around. And if Regan Booty is to be here at the end of the season, let's hope we see the Regan Booty that we know and love. And if we do say that, then he earns a move. There's no two ways about it. And
I think if Booty stays to the end of the season, he'll give that exactly the same type of commitment as he did on Saturday. I fully believe that personally.
I've got no doubt.
I can understand why he's had his head turned as well.
Completely. I mean, well, look, we said it so many times. These players are playing to pay the mortgages, to pay their insurance for the cars, and just get through life like anybody else. Yeah, it's okay money, but it's not retirement money. We know that. We do have a message here from Gateshead Stats, and we're just going to give her a bit of support here. She's put, as I support my friend who was diagnosed with cancer and given less than 6 months now, my own mental health is troubled, and I don't want know if I can carry on with the football research. Stephanie,
just step away from it.
If you ever want to go back to it, it's there. Everyone is very thankful for anything you're doing, but there's some things in life are more important. Football's a nice distraction, and hopefully you can use that in the coming time. When things get hard, and you can have a little respite for yourself when you're there for your friend. But that is the main thing. Look after yourself and look after your friend. Stephanie, I don't think anyone would begrudge anything else. I'm sure everybody here on the podcast and all the people watching, it's a family. We want send our love out to you, and just stay strong, and remember to do things for yourself.
Definitely.
Yeah, and say Steve Barnfield along the same lines. Keep going, Gateshead Stats. It's going to be hard, but us Heed fans are here for you, and we completely echo that.
That's what Stevie.
We've got hang on, we've got a little update on the Taiwanese whiskey. We've got here his message. I've had a good sniff and woody caramel, and it's actually quite dark. So there we go, woody caramel whiskey. So if anyone else has got any other brews that they would like to sniff and send us, let us know what you're sniffing in the house. And I'm sniffing a little bit of Red Fox Labrador's backside at the minute. I think he's let one go. It's a quite a musky, nutty. I don't know if he's had nuts, but that's what I'm getting. From Labrador Retriever to Ball Retriever. Darcy was a Ball Retriever on Saturday, and at the time it didn't look like a penalty. Sorry, at the time it didn't look like a penalty.
No.
So from behind the goal, that is. So yeah, it's as I say, angles do make a big difference from wherever you're watching it from. Johnny Grace put Monta was a unit, isn't he? He was. I mean, it was fantastic, really good player. I would, I don't think there's many teams in the league would turn him down if they were offered him.
See what I've already said on Twitter to some Carlisle fans. You're spending money getting all these educated players. Discuss Scott Morris at Southend and Manny Monta at Oldham would walk into Carlisle's team.
Yeah, they're fantastic players. We've got Simon Horn, who's blowing in late. Hey, evening all. And apparently Sean Parry is smelling Hugo Boss. So there we go. And what does Hugo think about you smelling him? Oh man, right. We are just having a look about. Also, as well, give a shout out to two friends of the show. We haven't had Mark on in a while, and obviously, probably not mind us mentioning, but he sadly lost his father-in-law and his wife Jackie. Had obviously a torrid time, so we send out our love to them. But both Mark Crovers and Charlie Waff putting out some great things in the local press. Charlie's pictures. There's Mark's article, of course. This is in Sunday Sun, and sorry, is that non-league paper or the Sunday Sun? That one, I think that's the Sunday Sun. Yeah, and obviously there's another one as well. I think that one is the non-league paper, isn't it? Look, we're seeing a lot of things said in the papers and stuff, and one thing that we've named the podcast episode over was green light. That the club is waiting for Mags is waiting for a green light to bring people in. So there's obviously transfer targets, Mickey. I think it's apparent. I mean, it's, even Stevie Wonder could look at our team sheet and say that we need to strengthen. On the squad as a whole, we have been depleted, and it has felt like we've been depleted as well. And what areas do you think where do you hope Carl's looking?
Defense, midfield, and attack.
Yeah,
I really believe it. I mean, we've got Jamie Bramwell, but what worries me is if Luke Hannigan's doing, who the hell's going to play at the left? I really worry about that position. It seems like every podcast I seem to worry about left back.
I mean, I'm a big fan of Honstrop, and I hope that if he can get back fit, he can stay fit, because that is a player that, when he's played left wing back, in the cameos that we've seen, looks absolutely amazing. But his body is just not his friend when it comes to staying fit, and it looks like innocuous things as well. It's not like he's being crunched in a tackle. It's just hamstring or whatever, just giving up on him. But there's definitely a player there, and yeah. We've also, I mean, I would agree. I think Lewis Flower does look a very good prospect, but I'd like another striker to be in the mix, another fielder to be in the mix, and another defender, central defender, just to bolster it all up so that bench can be a little bit stronger going into games, and also allow a little bit of rotation as well, because the games are coming thick and fast shortly as well. So yeah, I'm sure Mags is looking at that with Liam Burkett and Ian Skinner, just to be looking at all these things, thinking, yeah, we could do with an extra player here or there.
I'm glad they brought Fenton John back because what I seen in pre-season, he looked really good.
Morpeth they seemed to be very disappointed that he left, that he was recalled. So he was obviously doing well when he was there. So yeah, it's
worse than Josh Home, who was brought in.
Mm-hmm.
So the only difference is Josh Home was currently at Birmingham, whereas we'd signed Fenton John on a free from the Borough. So I don't know.
Well, we'll have to see, won't we? And yeah, we've got there Morpeth really liked Fenton. He's been class for them. We've got it's good just for Stephanie, but I offered to cook and care, but his support is now with Macmillan Nurses. Not so well. Thank you for the kind comments. Appreciate it. Yes, definitely look after yourself. We have Craig has put reading that Jimmy Miley from Newcastle is off to Hartlepool. Can't help but feel he would have been a great signing. Obviously I know there's a lot of talk about the Miley brothers at Newcastle United. He went on a loan to Newport, didn't he? And then called, and obviously if Newcastle United's wanting to let him go on a permanent somewhere, then obviously they feel that his potential at Newcastle United is over now, which is a sad, but that's the story of football, isn't it? I don't know. I
don't know enough about the lad, to be fair.
I don't know enough about the lad. I haven't seen enough of him to say, that he'd be a good fit for us. But, I don't know what type midfielder he is, whether he's defensive or attacking or whatever. But, we need a certain type of midfielder to come into Gateshead, and whether or not he fits that mold or not is down to Mags, isn't it? And obviously finances. We know Hartlepool have more finances and things like that, and all that comes into play. So yeah, it's an interesting one though. I was been watching it and thinking, yeah, it's an interesting signing. I don't know if it's a signing of intent with that one, but if there's if it's going to really change the season, but time will tell. Time will tell. But they do have.
Hartlepool, sorry to cut across you, David.
No.
They've been brought in with maybe one of the, like someone like Mancini's gone out.
Mancini's out injured again.
Oh, well, there's a shock.
Yeah, there you go. Mancini's out injured, so is another one. But they have just released that Kazenga, Loa, and Bondwell as well. So them players that came in haven't hit the ground running at Hartlepool, and yeah. So
I know hopeless when he played against us.
Loa didn't look very good at all, did he?
I hope he's not on Mags's shopping list.
Well, if he is, let's hope he looks more interested than what he did when he came on for Hartlepool. Right, just having a little look about Gates FC ladies. Good to see 4 new players emerge for Gates FC ladies.
I thought they were playing next week, and I didn't see the game.
Hey, Mickey, you're our ladies correspondent.
I know. I'll have to get back into the habit of it. I thought it was next week, and I didn't see anything on Twitter to say any different neither. But never mind.
Well, but they got the
win. It's long overdue, and especially over them Wall's End, because when you're going up to Wall's End, Jesus Christ, you very rarely getting decisions up there. So I'm pleased to put them at our place.
Well, Nathan Coulson's put Miley would suit us. I highly doubt we could afford the transfer fee at all. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think he's going to.
What the transfer fee for him? I thought we just released.
No, I think they want to sign him permanently. I don't know if there is a transfer fee, but if there is, I know he's a pain, but good to see Tommy Woodward back on the touchline. Yeah, you can see.
I said that to Nathan on Saturday. I don't like the way he went on. Yeah, and he's become the pantomime villain. But I'd rather be shouting and bawling than him not being there at all. Exactly. Especially he's still a young bloke. So I'm pleased he's back on the touchline. Yeah, I still think he's a knob, but he's an alive knob.
That's the main thing, isn't it? Someone's just asked a question. I'll put it up on the screen here. What is there a maximum amount of loans for players in the National League? There is. I believe
Trying to find out, Graham. I'll be honest with you.
Having a look now. Okay, 1 second.
I know there's you can play no more than 5 in the first team.
Right, here we are. So the National League, a club can have up to 4 players loaned in from another club in a single season. This includes short-term loans, emergency loans, or youth loans. So you can have a maximum. So you can have up to 12 short-term loans. The short-term loan must be 28 days and no more than 93. The FA will not approve short-term loans to a club or from one time. So basically, yeah, so 12 loans, but you're only allowed to have 4 season-long loans. But I think ours got cut short because it got pulled back. So I think we're at our loan. I think we've used up all of our loans now, the short 12. Because Rob went through quite a few at the beginning of the season, didn't he?
Well, believe it or not, we've been gazumped on 3 of our loans.
Yeah.
Beck got Carl back by Solihull and sold.
Yeah.
And then you had Radcliffe, Carl back and sold. And then Josh Williams.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, it's I've got 1 second. There we go. My perception is that you can have a max of 5 loans in a 16-man squad. So yeah, I think we'll have to have a look. I mean, that's brought up. It's an AI overview what's being brought up. So I don't know if that's actually what the current rules are. But I'm sure, no doubt, someone will see it and find it for us properly. Right, let's have a look here. We've got Gateshead ladies have not posted much about the matches for nearly 2 years. Has someone left?
Someone do it, and then he left. Then another lad, but he had autism. The young lad that was doing, he'd done it for a while. It was starting to get on top of him. So, and when I've been going to matches, I've just been putting them on Twitter. But I haven't been to a match for a while. So,
yeah, I mean it's hard to get volunteers, to commit the time to cover these things, and I say you've really got to have the love for it.
Because I was doing it at Hartlepool, and I missed 2. I was, because it was like it just kept going backwards and forwards and goal after goal, and I'm trying to write about 1 goal and another one goes in the top end, and then we get 1 back, and then I'm thinking, for Christ's sake, I've barely seen any of it.
I stopped scoring. Yeah, it's crackers. But if y'all just joined us, we're halfway through the show. Davy Steele must have went long in his meeting. We've had, as I said at the beginning of the show, Vanessa, she's got herself some Taiwanese whiskey. So we want to know what you're smelling in the house. We asked her what the aromas were. So yeah,
what do you caramel?
Tell us what you smell. Tell us what's in your hand and what does it smell of. And
go Tesco sparkling water.
All right, I'll say that question could probably come back and backfire us there, like when I said, "What's in your hand and what does it smell of?" So there you go, Mickey, get it straight down you. Apparently, Steve Farnfield's smelling promotion for the Heat come May. I think he got some new underpants for Christmas. He's too positive, this lad.
I think he's on the Evo stick.
I think he is. Yeah, he's what was the name? The glue at school. Guy. Was it Guy or
Gloy?
Gloy, yeah.
That was just a PBA though, wasn't it?
Aye. There's a PDF handbook of the National League website which covers loans. It's not an easy read.
Oh, God.
That sounds fun, doesn't it? We should just have a podcast of us reading that 1 week. It'll be really good, really good.
Jack and all.
Yeah. 1 second. I'm smelling Valentino, born in Roma.
That's my nephew. He's been buying himself some posh aftershaves.
Is he trying to attract the ladies? Is that where it is?
I've got the Valentino. It smells very nice, by the way.
I've got the Sauvage. I just love Sauvage at the minute. Although I did a couple of years ago, my mum said, "Do you want the aftershaves for Christmas?" And I got the John Paul Gaultier. Because I had it as a kid, and I used to spray it all over myself when I went across town. I must have ruined so many women's smell and taste buds because it was just in the air. That's less is more with John Paul Gaultier, but when I was 18, 19, more was just a disaster, and that's how I went out. So yeah, there we go.
I would recommend the Valentino, to be fair.
All right, well, let's see.
You can get some money on what they call it when you're on the ship. Duty free.
Duty free. I see. Jack's got a load of birthday money, so I'll see what he can buy us. So Jack, you don't need that toy ship. You need the Valentino. Mickey said.
What time's your ferry crossing, by the way?
5 o'clock. So 5 o'clock this time. Yeah, in the evening. So this time tomorrow we'll be out on the North Sea.
Hope for your sake it's not windy, bud.
Oh, I'm guessing. You know what it is. I know I'm gonna have to. Watchers have to be cuddling them all night to keep them from being panicky if we're on riding the crest of a wave and then splashing down on the other side of it. I can feel it. It's going to be a rough one.
Hope he's not seasick, bless him.
Oh God, don't! You're just tempting fit. Well, we're making a vlog of it. He wants to vlog it, so you'll see every in and out. So whether we're hanging off the side of the ship being sick, and then as I say the 6 hours in Amsterdam's just not the part he wants. It's just the boat. He's obsessed with ships. And then the thing is, obviously, sorry, we're digressing here, but he loves a Titanic and all that. He knows all the sister ships. And for his 5th birthday, we went to Liverpool. The exhibition thing that was on there, and he loved it. And he watches stuff about on YouTube, and he found out that the North Sea is quite loads of ships have sunk there. And I said, it goes, Jack, this time next week we'll be on the North Sea. Where he absolutely crapped himself, didn't he? He goes, no, we're gonna sink. I'm like, we're not. So yeah.
Wow.
We've got what boat are you on? It's a DFDS. I don't know the name of it. And watch out for icebergs. Yeah, didn't say it. It's a good job he's not watching this.
Our G is a bit of an expert on different boats, like a mustard.
Oh man, Lords has put currently smelling Sith as I'm desperately trying to clean the flat before the wife gets back from overseas on Friday. So what you been doing? What kind of party you been having to have the Sith out? I mean, that's quite a severe clean, that. If you ask me, Neil, what you been doing?
From a cricket analogy, you could have been having a swing party.
Hey!
People know what I mean.
I'm just thinking. Cricket balls leave a red mark.
Got his Google flying all over the house, has he?
As his balls left a mark on the sofa. So
wow.
Yeah. Vanessa, it's Vanessa's mum's birthday tomorrow, so happy birthday to Vanessa's mum.
Happy birthday, Vanessa's mum.
Yeah. We've got the recent loan players have improved under Gateshead. Way have picked up by the league clubs. Must be doing something right. Yeah, we know that. We know it's the clubs are definitely on the radar of people that want to have players go out on loan and play at a decent level. What's that? So you're going to be vlogging at sea? Yeah, we'll attempt it. We'll attempt it. And king or princess? I tell you what, I'll find out. I'll look at my app. 1 second. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. It just says ship. Doesn't. Oh no, king. I'm on the king. Yeah, vessel, king, seaways. So there we go. We're riding the king. So yeah, fantastic.
Are you going to start the music with the Friggin' in the Rigging by the Sex Pistols?
Sorry?
Are you going to start the start with the Friggin' in the Rigging by the Sex Pistols at the start of the vlog?
Yeah. Oh God. Johnny Gray has been fantastic and sent us the I think you sent the PDF of the
Wow.
1 second. Let's have a look. It's loading. We'll see. I'm sure he sent us a PDF of the rules. Anyway, we digress. As I say, we will have. We've got the prediction league to put up, but no games because obviously we haven't got a game until the 8th. So
Save the predictions and he'd come.
well, yeah, we'll save that, but we can show the league table. Let's have a look at what this is. For some reason, it hasn't come up what he sent us. Oh, it has. Yeah, there we go. 1 second. Great stuff. Definitions in the rules. Acquisition debt. Oh, this must be like pages and pages of it. Yeah, right. So we'll I'll keep into that when I'll keep into that when I'm later. And right, we've got I'm smelling a lovely cuppa, gentlemen. Good day to you both. He's smelling a lot, that lad, and he was smelling Lynx Africa before, Valentino, and now he's smelling his cuppa. Mr. Lucas put Ian Gent's hard fought point against Oldham was not pretty to watch in the first half, but the second half was slightly better. A week off of a Gateshead, wonder what I'll do with myself. Well, yeah, and we've got Craig looking forward to watching the vlog. I'm doing the boat to Amsterdam in March. So that, look, everyone's going on this boat, and Darcy's on the King as well. So when the ship goes over the wave and you fly off the deck, make sure to play Jump by Val Halen. Yeah. I hope it's like a milk pond the whole way, nice and calm.
That's for you and Jack's sake, I hope so. But
yeah, so do I. Otherwise, we'll have to take them for a bite to eat on the other end, get some cake for on the way back. So we'll have to. That'd be an interesting birthday cake. Let's have a little look here. Right. As I say, I will put the prediction league up. Thank you to the magnificent Johnny Gray who puts the time and effort in to collect all of these predictions and stuff and put them up. So here we are. It's hard to see if you're not on a big screen, of course. But I'm still topper. I'm joint top now with St. Geordie. Someone's actually got me up there. But the man on the move this week who played his joker, Mr. Davy Steele, he's jumped up to 5th place with that 1-1 draw prediction and the joker. He's on 25 points. So well done to Mr. Steele, who is... did you get the pictures of his lovely trip around the docks in Hull, by the way?
No.
Oh, he sent me pictures. I don't know what he was doing wandering around the docks of Hull, but it looked pretty bleak. It wasn't. Davy Steele, he's a man of many things, but he was just hovering around the docks of Hull. So when he comes on, we'll find out what he was doing. But he's jumped up there to 6th place. And obviously, rock bottom of the league is Hannah. But hopefully Hannah can play one of our jokers and get right up the league. Right. So I tell you what, we'll put the Wheelstone one in. We'll go for the Wheelstone because we might not be on this next week. I don't know, because unless anything major happens, there isn't going to be that many talking points as for a show next week. No game this week. So if you want to get your predictions in for the Wheelstone game, that is away on the 8th. So a week on Saturday, we are away to Wheelstone. So get them.
You play of the month yet?
Yeah, and 1 second. I've got we've got messages coming in. Steve Farnfield. I'm bottling the essence of 30-year-old matured underpants on a par with a good single malt whiskey.
Wow,
the same color.
Straight through.
And definitely bring a tear to the eye when you sniff them. Johnny's put, sorry, St. Geordie, I missed your point from the under-21s last week, so that it's got it amended, and the predictions are coming in. Right, so people are putting their predictions in. We'll get to them very shortly. Mickey, what's your prediction for going down to Wheelstone?
I'm gonna go for 2-1. He'd win.
2-1. Yeah.
I feel a bit more confident after the second half against Oldham, but I'm gonna rein it in.
there's going to be different dynamics it plays, and if Regan Booty is still here, if new additions, armrest just went down. If Regan Booty is still here, or if new additions have arrived into the club, so we'll have to take that one together. So I appreciate it is a harder one to predict this week, isn't it? Well, because it's a week on, and there's a couple of aspects in play. I'm gonna go. It's a tough one. I'm gonna go 3-1. 3-1.
That's what I was thinking, to be honest.
Steely's after the fact, unless he joins us. We've got what about maybe we'll do a show after on the 10th. I can't. That's Wallace's birthday. Yeah, that's a good point. That should we put the Braintree one in as well? What do you think?
I wouldn't have thought so, because anything could have happened before then.
Yeah, I think we'll probably pencil in the next show for Sunday the 9th. We'll try and do that if everyone's available.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. So just the Wheelstone ones. Where Mr. Luke is going 2-1 against Wheelstone. Colin Dilbo is going 2-0 to Gateshead at Wheelstone. 2-1 says Steve Thornton. 4-0 to Gateshead, with McGowan as his player of the match vote.
Yeah, the month.
Yeah, player of the month. Sorry. Yeah.
You put yours in?
I haven't yet. Craig Hilton is going 3-1 win against Wheelstone. Darcy's going 2-1. Sean Parry 2-1. Trina, the Oracle, as we call her, is going 1-0 to Gateshead. 1-0. And player Joker says Jay. Oof, there we go. Another one. There's a few 1-0s coming in here. Craig is going 1-0. Steve Farnfield 1-0 as well. St. Geordie is going 3-1. Look at that. That's he's frightened in case I pull away. He's trying to go the same as me. And Johnny Gray is going 2-0. And so it's.
I think Geordie's got more sense than that. I think he just maybe you're onto something. If I thought 3-1.
Yeah. One before we go any further, just want to say how lovely the minute applause was before the game for Lynn Bray, of course, mother of Gateshead chairman Neil Pinkett, and of course his sister Erin as well. It was lovely, well observed. I know Lynn listened into the commentary very regularly, because I think she was living in France, and a very sad loss, but it was lovely observed by both sets of fans, and say hopefully it went down well with them, as well as it can do in these circumstances. But we just want to say send our condolences again to the Pinkerton family and all their family and friends. One second. St. Geordie's but can't see us keeping a clean sheet at the moment. Watched a little bit of Crawley yesterday. Radcliffe played well. I take looking at an old girlfriend, innit? You don't want to know what she's up to. Right, I've got to come up with another name here for John Ollie.
And says, what's your obsession, by the way?
I don't know. I'm just coming up with names for him. That's not very good for the audio listeners, is it?
I'm wondering what you're doing under that table.
I've already had Majestic, haven't I?
Enigmatic. You said that one.
Majestic. We'll go with Majestic. We'll go Majestic, so he's going for 3-1 anyway. So
she's not. If you bring her the John Ollie calendar, she's not buying it, because she's sick of looking at them on a daily basis anyway.
Oh, that's shocking, isn't it? The John Ollie. I can't believe she's. What about if we get a mug made, right? When you pour the hot water in, and all of a sudden, like the image appears with the hot water, and we could just have him in the reeds with like some binoculars, just looking out.
With the owl discreetly covering his bits.
I was going to just have it shoulders up. You had to lower the tone there, Mickey.
No, I think I did. I bet John's pleased you said owl because I could have probably said a spooky.
Yeah. Well, we can't make the 9th. So my prediction for Braintree will be 2-1 to the Heat. So there we go. We got a good point against Oldham from Craig Hilton on Saturday. It should have took 3, but we move on. And Mason has put East Rob's taken players from Andy Wing instead of Mags. Yeah. What can you do? What can you do? You just hope for 2 relegations, both for teams beginning with C. Right. On that. So yeah, not that I'm bitter or anything. I just hold a grudge.
I'm going to ask you who's been your player of the month.
Ooh, it's a tough one. It's a real tough one. That. Yeah, that is a tough one. That is a tough one. I don't think anyone's really like shone the whole month. I think we've had fits and starts from people.
Well, I went with Bellew.
That's not a dig at everybody. You know, that's just, you know, we haven't had a great run of games where results have went our way. We haven't had standout players. McGowan, I think, will be up there because he's grew into it.
Big Definitely.
John. Yeah, I think McGowan probably for me. I think that would be the one. I think because he has, you know, he had a bit of a shaky start and he's, you know, being recalled and put back in. And no, I think he hasn't hit, and that's the thing that one can say about a lot of the players that haven't hit.
All of them. None of them hate, Davey.
No. Johnny Gray, a new name for him. We could call him the Bald Eagle.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not
Johnny the Eagle.
Humbles for me, says Mr. Luke. Yeah, Humbles has done all right.
Done well.
Yeah, Hanno says Johnny Gray. We've got McGowan here, Hannant. And we've got followed by he put McGowan, then followed closely by Hanno. So yeah, it's you know, lots of people making up their minds and stuff. I've had someone just come in and leave the door open. Are you all right? What's your prediction? We're playing Wheelstone a week on Saturday. Yes, she is.
There's no show without punch.
No. 3-1. 2-1. Sophia says. And who was your man of the match on Saturday? Who's been your player of the month? I don't know. Well, there we go. That was our moment with Sophia, brought to you by nobody. Because yeah, our roving reporter. So yeah, but no, it's actually I was saying brought to you by Northern Print Solutions, who've sponsored us for over 10 years. So a big thank you to them as ever. And if anyone wants to partner up with us, we've got a gap since we don't partner with Patrick anymore. So if you've got a business that can offer something to our listeners, please do get in touch.
Come in and sponsor the podcast.
Yes, and say make us go full time. We don't get out of bed for less
easily bribed, don't we?
Yeah, we don't get out of bed for less than 20 grand an episode each. Plus all what tax,
none of it.
Plus all what tax paid. Right. We've got Owen Mason has made some excellent saves in games this month as well. He has.
Yeah, has to be fair. It's a good shout, that.
It really is. That's what I was thinking, because I thought, people will shout us down, because obviously the way we've played it from the back hasn't been the classic Gateshead that we've known over the last few seasons, and it always looks more apparent for the goalkeeper, doesn't it, at the back when they make a mistake or a wayward pass. But no, I mean, even in the game we looked at, you know, he's safety first, tips it out, punches it away. He makes fantastic reaction saves. You really say that he doesn't let a mistake bother him, does he?
all I'll say is, Owen, when you're kicking that ball, put some lift on it, please, because when I can't straight them, I start shaking myself.
So that's what the smell is in the stand.
Ah,
It certainly is. I'm just having a little look here. See, there's see if any, because Barrow are playing Doncaster tonight. I was just seeing if there's any.
scoreline on it.
It's 2-1 to Doncaster. I'm just trying to see if any former Gateshead.
James and Molyneux scored.
Yeah, it's not bringing it up for us though, sadly. So we've got here Sam Pendleton. He's come in late. He's put evening, lads. Thought 1-1 was a fair result, although it could have been given a penalty first half. And he scored 1-1 against Wheelstone. And yeah, I think that the result on Saturday was a fair. It was to be honest, for a neutral, it was a great game. I thought it was end to end. It was high tempo. Yes, there was a few mistakes from both sides, but I thought when that full time whistle went, I don't think either side could complain. Yes, both sides had chances, but you've got to take them. And I thought, as a spectacle, it was a draw.
Yeah, I thought 1-1 was fair enough because they had dominated large swathes of that, especially in the first half. Well, and once we got equalised, they didn't look, apart from that one chance by Fondop, they didn't look as if they were out special, did they? Once we got the equaliser, we could have went on and won it. But
right, well, I've just been passed a note, and I don't know what you want us to do about this, but I'm going to share it. It's put, "Mum is snoring so loud, I can't hear my TV." So my wife doesn't snore.
She does.
She doesn't.
She's so loud.
She isn't.
She is.
She isn't. She's horrifically loud. She's terrible. Honest. Take a stab. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, that's
like an old dinosaur.
Davey, watch your dirty linen in public, mate.
Oh no, you know what it is? No, she used to go on about my snoring until I got my CPAP machine. Now it's the other way around.
Now Mum needs a CPAP machine.
Yeah, she does. She's just absolutely. But having said that, though, Mum's worked very hard. She's painted the kitchen, hasn't she? And she deserves to knock out them Zeds. Oh, saved me cell there. Right. We've got Johnny Gray has put if the penalty was given, would have been a totally different game. No Mellon time wasting or housery. Yeah, you see, they did kind of collapse a little bit. They weren't enjoying us running at them when we scored, were they? So yeah, it could have really changed the dynamics of the game. Their heads might have dropped a lot earlier. But we'll never know. It always is ifs and buts. And
I mean, the Oldham fans have said it was a Stonewall penalty, for God's sake.
Oh yeah. And as I say, we've got Craig. Steve's put Craig. You should have been down pitch side. Give the ref some stick. Not with your track record, son. And Trina's put she can join my snorers club. So there, that was. I hope Trina doesn't mind this, but the other week we were ready to come on. Was it? We're watching the match, weren't we? We could hear it. Yeah. So this is. I'm a terrible snorer. If I don't have my CPAP machine on, like it's horrendous. Does anyone know? Oh yes, hang on 1 second about this. We did mention it earlier on. Does anyone know if it was true what the ref was saying that it was too early to give a penalty? I do have it on good authority by a few witnesses that one of our players asked the referee after the game in the corporate area when they're having a bite to eat, about the penalty, and the referee turned around and said it was too early to give the penalty. Now, by that standard, does that mean if you give away a penalty in the last minute, it's too late to give a penalty? Is that how it works these days?
He's making a rod for his own back, and to be honest, it was a nailed-on penalty. It's a shocking decision. I don't care what he says.
The referee,
the 96 minutes, it's a penalty.
Somebody on Twitter, I forgot the referee Halsey. What was his first name? Anyway, someone tagged him into the post of the penalty, and he said it was cast iron. But obviously, I know we can always say this. in real time to us, it looked like a penalty. The referee looked well placed to see if it was a penalty. But if he's turned around and said that, it's
He's a knob.
yeah, I think that's the best way to describe him. Impressed with Oldham's support. Thought they were very quiet. They did get going at times, and it did make a big difference. That was from Steve Jenkins. And Jack Robson's he's made the decision even worse by saying that he has, and it's just disbelief, really, disbelief. How many ball retrievers have been sent off at the Gateshead International Stadium, Craig? Well, let's leave the past in the past.
Was you when the balls got stuck on the roof of the main stand and Gordon was just looking?
Oh, that was a classic. That, yeah, would be the same if we did Oldham for a penalty. Would it be would be the same if we did not give it Oldham?
You make a good point there, Sean.
Well, you see, in hindsight, and watching it, do you think he was trying to make up for that penalty miss by the yellows he was handing out? The penalty not decision, because there was some dubious ones, because there was no. I mean, he was giving out yellows that probably weren't yellows, and then Gator players were doing the same tackle straight after and not getting a yellow. So I mean, not saying that the original ones were a yellow, but if he's put that precedent forward, that should have been what he stuck to. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was just an awful referee display.
It's about time to start throwing yellows around, because I'm sick of seeing.
Hang on. We showed that note on the podcast. Would you like to defend yourself here and say, because I said if you were snoring, you earned that right, what you've done in the kitchen, pet. Come and tell the people that you've worked very hard. Oh, you're shy. Oh, she's shy. She's but yeah.
No,
not one person in the chat believed that you're snoring.
No, Jack's in the bed, by the way.
Jack's in my bed.
Yeah. He's sleeping in my bed.
God. Yeah, it is. I might as well just get the dogs.
Recreate the waves for tomorrow.
That's what it is. That's what he was. The snores were replicating the waves as they smash against the side of the ship. He's just training himself. So apparently it was Jack that was snoring.
Right.
Well, everybody, it's been a lovely show. Thank you very much. Elaine's looking for a tea towel to throw it at you. Yeah. So
Big Sandy, Elaine.
Yeah, and we've got now it's just got the dog. Should throw him at us. On that note, everybody, thank you for joining us. An all right week on the pitch for the point was Sorry,
everyone's left.
Yeah, no, everyone's left. Right. On that note, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you very much for joining us. Yeah, thank you for sending all of your messages in. Have a lovely time. And remember, next time, if you've got anything in your hand and you'd like to tell us what it sniffs of, let us know. We can always add that in. What does your hand smell of this week? We can put that in the podcast as well. On that note, everybody, thank you all. Have a great trip tomorrow. Thank you very much, Will. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Take care, everyone.
Oh, there we're gone. Aye.